Okay, here we are with Cowboy Rick's truck, 1972 Ford 250 camper special. Paint's still pretty good on it. Interior's real nice. This is sitting on the Crown Vic frame. No bumper. Very clean body. Minimal rust. Had a little bit of rust on the front. I believe it looked like there might have been some leaves sitting in there for a while. Made a cover for it, the opening. Rick kept the Crown Vic rims and replaced the tires. Door panels are very nice on it. Now this one we did invent a method to put the Crown Vic dash in behind. We also put air conditioning ducts in, as you can see, right across over there. This has a vintage air controller on it. We didn't go with the one for the original spot because, well, they were out of it. And with the COVID thing going on, nobody knows when they'll ever have it. Floors are still real nice shape. There's the trim. Rick said he's going to cut the trim down for the bed that we removed from shortening. Of course, the tank's gone. We're using the Crown Vic tank. There's our safety shutoff. We mounted our fuel module under the seat. This is pretty rust free. There's a little spot right here on the driver's side. The passenger was pretty firm. This one we put air conditioning in. Now we did something a little bit different on this guy. We didn't use the Crown Vic AC. Instead, we got a vintage air underneath the Rick's gonna put a radio back in. We just put a block in there to keep the thing in place. We also mounted a overdrive switch, and we were able to utilize the blinkers, the turn signals on the dash, but we couldn't get the bright, so we put just an LED over here for the brights, so you know where you're at. Of course, we used the Crown Vic pedal for the gas, fly-by-wire. The brake cable is hooked in to the original Ford truck brake. The windows are very stiff on this. So we did reuse the transmission cable. We did invent a plate on that to adjust the cable up and down. The Black Beauty truck did not have an adjustable. Nobody wanted to wait for it, so it was a little more temperamental. This is the original booster with Crown Vic master. Wiring's been simplified. One plug through. Utilize the Crown Vic tank here. Lost the radiator cover. So everything's stock on the engine. No modifications, except for the air's got a breather on it. So we utilized, as you'll see, we didn't cut out a hole to put the Crown Vic air box in, which everybody knows that you have to cut the fender all out here, and you have to overlap the tunnel there, and it just kind of looks like crap. So we went a different route. As you can see, we did do an upgrade on the condenser, which also allowed us to upgrade the transmission cooler, because that's within the condenser. We did retain the power steering cooler. Again, we did use the box over here. Sounds like a train going by. This has the vintage air servo motor, and we went with aftermarket hoses and everything on it. So the only thing we really utilized was, well, nothing for the AC. This is an entire made-up kit. Even the compressor's been changed out for engineering reasons. Rick did have exhaust put on it. He eliminated the cats on both sides. Exhaust does dump out before the axle. Hit my head on this thing. The hinges never hold up all the way. But yeah, very solid truck. For a test drive, I had the engine monitor put on it. We ran about a 185 degree water temperature, whether it was had the AC on or off. Look at the dash on this; it's really nice. This is the original dash. I think this one is called Applewood Green. It's a really pretty color. Somebody's cleared over the hood on it, and then of course up here it didn't hold, but yeah, somebody cleared over top of it. Just the front from the doors forward. Not sure what Rick's gonna do. He did get some paint matched up. We just sprayed over this just to keep it from rusting. Over here in the Western Washington, we get rust really bad on anything that's raw. So I primed it and then put some Rust-Oleum over it. Same with inside the beds here. The bed is in really good shape. As you can see, there's no seams here. Our bed was completely brought forward and backwards from the front rail, so there's no seams in the header. So we have a nice original finish down here. Tailgate works nice, very nice tailgate. So we just seamed here and moved the whole thing forward. I like the seam back here, because we have this seam here, it keeps warping down. Same with up here, we cut around our pockets and down. It's pretty green. I was told by Jacob at Battleborn Brakes that he thought this was called Applewood Green. He's starting to really like it. He's got a crew cab he picked up, a 74, that he's really contemplating on using this color on. So Rick on this one had some spray paint mixed up from the gas cap. So he's gonna play around with that. He's probably gonna take care of these holes from the mirrors. I don't know if he's going to keep this style of mirror on. The other mirror he took off because it was whistling in the wind going down the highway. He did not like that. He's also got to patch this up. Yeah, the Vintage Air is a real good product. This one came broken, the heater part. It's a little rheostat in there, slide bar. For some reason my hot water was staying on, and I called it to find out it wasn't familiar with the servos. So we tested it, and then I found that it was just still really loose. So the only problem I have with Vintage Air is that Sean did not even call me back. He said, call me, let me know what it is, so we take care of warranty, and I left a message. He never called me back. Just disappointed in that fact. So I'll have to call and talk to him. I have some engineering stuff to talk to him about on our changes that we're going to be doing more on with the AC. So that saved our firewall, so we didn't cut this truck up. The only cuts on this truck would be the normal cuts back here to get around the frame. And of course on the crossover down here underneath, you have to box that out as well. So those are all boxed out. So they're nice and clean. They're not going to have rust up underneath there biting away, because I say we have rust issues real bad. As you can see, this truck, I believe it's set for a long time. He bought it with, they pulled the engine out because obviously he didn't want the engine. So we used our engineered plates that we made on the front. And then also got a network of hoops underneath here. This exhaust drones really loud when you're driving it, so he's going to put some canisters or something on the front. That's what he told me, to get the droning down out on the freeway, or when you're just plain getting on it. So yeah, I drove it around. He put new wiper blades on it, and they're working fine. I got to drive it around Longview here, and a lot of thumbs up. I stopped and I was looking for some interesting buildings to take pictures of it by, and it was kind of fun. Sorry for the glare. So he's already driven this. He kind of did some shakedown on it. We did have a radiator issue, so we dropped the radiator down on it we thought maybe the hose was causing some stress on the radiator. So we dropped the radiator down as low as we could. And I think that's gonna relieve the issues of that. This is one we just started right here. This is a very clean truck as well. Got a little bit of holes. I don't think there's a Ford left that doesn't have a little hole on the driver's side and the passenger side, like that one there, but this is very solid. Here's what we make. So that supports two hoops. One of the cab's on. This is for the bed. They're tied together. They have this coming back here, tied together there, and there's also going forward to the transmission mount to this. So it gives these a really nice stout frame, because obviously with the Crown Vic gone, that has wow, I don't know, 11 or 12 body mounts all the way through here. You know, look at all the body mounts. There. Tremendous amount of body mounts. So anyway, you can get on it and do some corners. We put the bumper back on it on the front, and we utilized Jacob over at Battleborn Brakes. He makes these right there. That's the bumper bracket for a highboy. They work excellent. So, you know, we made our own crossover here, and our own, that crossover carries the front clips on that, and then that's my support welded in to give the bumper. I mean, if you hit something, you got some stout there. And that's the original highboy type that he makes. He also makes a lot of nice brackets and stuff for brakes. The Black Beauty truck, we put his conversion kit for it's like a Super Duty. He makes Super Duty stuff to put on the Fords. You can see we reworked underneath here for the radiator support and engine cooler. Got that nice and tight. These have the weirdest brackets. Here's a bracket underneath here. I have no idea what that's for. That metal thing right there. Who knows? I didn't take it off. Rick provided the truck and the car himself. He drove quite a few of them. He wanted to get the transmission and rear end that he wanted. Put some lights in it. He said they weren't that bright. Just the LED ones. So there she is. Some nice minimal patina. I said plenty of thumbs up driving around town today. So I don't know what he's going to do with it all together. I said he's going to do some repairs on these holes and stuff like that and try to keep it minimal. A little bit of, you see where the gas ran down and took the paint off. I don't know if he's going to keep that and just clear over things. You know, take care of this, match this back in. I said it was just some Rust-Oleum, green as I could find. He's going to get this trim down and put on. It was in real nice shape. Nothing was bent up or broken. So there we have it. We call this truck Cowboy Rick. It was a 3/4 ton, still had the split rims on it. Of course, now it's got the, I think he said he might keep these. He said they're kind of growing on him. He put new tires all the way around. I smoked a little bit of tires off the back. I don't get crazy like my son does. He likes to burn out. And that's what he wanted for that. He's he rides bikes, the Africans. So he said he wanted to be able to maybe put one in if he wanted to go riding with this. So we made a nice stout, it's got an underframe underneath it. So if he wants to roll the bike over that, it's not gonna crack, not gonna bend. There's our gas cap over there. So he had about a month and a half of just testing it out while I was waiting for some AC stuff to come in. So he really liked it, other than the fact that that radiator cracked. So none the worse for the wear. There we have it. Another Crown Vic swap. And the red one on the way. As John says, what is he? Talks about boys and girls on the interweb. There you go.